So welcome to our meditation on self-compassion. So we'll begin with what is called the Taoist or Buddhist tradition of a smile down. And that's to create the maximum receptivity and openness in a very physical, cellular way. It starts with actually imagining the sky. So if you can picture the sky, sensing a great openness extending in all directions. Sensing the curve and spirit of a smile filling the sky. As much as possible to visualize that and then sense that openness of sky filling the mind and that curve of a smile spreading through the mind. Connecting with openness, availability, possibility. Letting the curve of a smile spread through the eyes. You can sense the corners of the eyes uplifting a bit. The outer corners. Softening the eyes, allowing the brow to be smooth. Relaxing the jaw. Sensing a smile at the mouth. See if you can sense the inside of the mouth also smiling. The eyes are smiling, the mouth. You might feel the throat, and feel the throat as you breathe in and out, and again sense right there that same curve and openness of a smile. Now imagining that you can smile into the heart, sensing the curve of a smile spreading through the heart and chest area. Sensing it emerging, the smile emerging from inside out. A natural openness in space. It doesn't cover over what's happening for you right now, but rather makes room. Eyes are smiling. The mouth, throat, and heart are all smiling. See if you can loosen the belly and feel the breath receive deep in the torso. Imagine and sense the same smile spreading through the belly and of openness just below the belly, that area right beneath the belly. Sensing an openness and ease down through the hips and the legs, right into the feet, up through the chest, down to the feet. Sensing space open up in a way that you can allow whatever might be tense or tight in the body to loosen and let go. So resting in a natural receptivity or relaxed attentiveness. Breathing in and out. The rain of compassion begins with just sensing in your life, as you're experiencing life today, whatever issues or situations are activating you, whatever you think needs and wants attention in your life, that trips off a kind of painful reactivity and suffering. That can be the place you bring this meditation to today. So take a few moments and just sense what naturally comes to consciousness. Some difficult situation, some place where you might contract into selfing and into not liking the self, perhaps, where you might feel caught in fear, some place where you might be caught in a sense of grief, anger, hurt, whatever you sense wants attention. This might be a situation involving another person, a conflict. Might be a situation at work. It may be something to do with your health. As you let yourself settle on something to work with, you might let the situation be front and center of your attention. This is an invitation to actually let the story be fully there. Allow the triggers. If it's another person, you might see the person's face, even hear the conversation or words that might set you off. If it's something you're anticipating, it's going to happen, you might let yourself see that in your mind's eye. In other words, as if you're running a movie of this story in your mind, stopping at the frame that is most evocative, that most upsets or disturbs or triggers you. And when you get there, freeze the frame. Begin with just recognizing, okay, this is part of the experience of my life right now. In other words, honestly acknowledge the actuality. This is a part of my life. See if this pause right now can be part of just allowing it to be there. A willingness not to try to get rid of anything or change anything right now. The beginning is just recognizing and agreeing to be with it. Just letting something be. The Buddhist teacher Ajahn Sumedha said it like this: when these circumstances arise and we sense what's triggered, if we can just say, it's like this, it's like this, that is the beginning of a healing presence. So for now, just recognize and allow what's there to be there. And then with the quality of interest and kindness, we begin to investigate. You might sense first really what has triggered. What's going on inside me right now? What is it like? Perhaps you're noting an emotion of anger or fear or hurt. Or maybe you have a swirling of thoughts about the situation. Just notice what it's like. It's helpful to have your hand on your heart as a way of reminding yourself of this investigating with kindness. Please explore that. Feel free to go down whatever track feels most alive for you. Just sensing, what am I believing? What am I believing when this is going on? Am I believing this means I am a bad person? Am I believing that I'm failing? Am I believing my life will never work out the way I want it to be? Am I believing another person doesn't really care about me? Am I believing I'm unlovable? I'm basically broken. These are just some core beliefs that are often present. We're not want to dig too deep on the beliefs because that can get very mental. Just sense if any one of them is right there. Now go to the body and sense, how does this live in my body, this belief? When I'm believing this, what's it like inside my body? And just scan through, feel the throat, the chest, the belly. These are the most common areas where we can get a felt sense of our experience. Believing it will never be different. It'll always be like this. I'll never be happy. What does that feel like in the body? What is the worst part of it? What are you really afraid of? Letting that sense of what's the worst part be felt. Sometimes letting the face express the feelings gets you more in touch. If you're feeling anger, sadness, or disgust, or whatever, just let the face express it. Aversion, craving, and then come back and feel it more fully in the body again. Can you sense where the most reactive part of you is? Where the felt sense that the strongest? Can you sense where it is? Now sense the possibility of widening out your attention again, so you're floating larger than just that particular part. So that you're occupying as much space as you can imagine. If you could now listen to and feel from the highest, most awake part of your own being to this suffering part, what does this part most need? Is it possible to recognize this part is suffering just in a very pure way? Oh, this is suffering. And offer in some way what this part of you most needs in this moment. You might change and soften the touch a bit. Make sure that your touch and your own heart is tender and light. You might feel like touching your cheek or the belly, communicating through touch. What are the words or the touch or the message, the image that will most meet the needs of this part of you? What would be most healing and freeing? Some of the classic words are, I care about this suffering. I am sorry and I love you. If it's difficult to sense yourself offering from your high self to this part, what's needed to imagine that behind and around you is the awakened heart mind. Higher self, Buddha, Jesus, God, some being that you truly trust, mother, grandmother, but some pure, wise, compassionate being, and sense what that being might be able to offer, express to this place in you that would be healing. The heart of this practice is compassion, and the heart of compassion is compassion to the life that's right here. There's a natural widening that unfolds when we open our hearts in this way. Relaxing, focusing on the in-breath and out-breath, or any concept or idea, sensing that you can merge with that vastness, that godlike energy, that space of compassion, compassionate presence that is your own heart essence. Resting in this moment of silence, letting whatever arises be touched with the heart of compassion. There is a place within where everything meets. Go there. Mind, senses, eternity, soul are all there. Are you there? Enter the vastness that is the heart. Give yourself to it with total abandon. Once you know the way, the nature of attention will call you to return again and again and be saturated with knowing I belong here. I am at home here. The time has come, your time, to live and trust the goodness that you are. Your true essence is pure awareness, aliveness, love. Let no one, no idea or ideal obscure this truth. If one comes, forgive it for its unknowing. Let go and breathe into the goodness that you are. Let's breathe. Now bringing awareness to your surroundings, to the sounds around you, and in your own time, very gently opening your eyes, coming back fully present, fully awake, fully aware.